Okay, I'm assuming everyone's under a heat wave. It's so hot here. You really have to get out of the garden by noon. So one of the things that I like to do, I had a flock of 13 chickens several years ago, and when I butchered them, I saved all the feathers. Um, they've been washed, and I put them in an oven at put them in the dehydrator at 150 degrees for 6 hours. And they were washed with soap and water. Um, and my grandma used them. We never knew what a pastry brush was. This was our pastry brush. So this is what I'm doing today. And you can cut this. So if you wanted a square for like barbecue sauce, but honestly, for egg washes and things like that, these really, I don't think a manufacturer pastry brush comes close to this. When I was a kid growing up, we used goose feathers. I don't have goose feathers, so I am using chicken feathers. I'm going to leave this one pointed um, because I like to be able to get in to those corners. But butter, egg washes, when you're making puff pastry, you need to put water around the edges. They hold a lot and they're really nice to use. They clean up really well. They last a pretty long time. I think these are Hungarian, that in Czechoslovakia, and that's sort of on my mom's side, that's what we were. But she had white ones. I kind of like these. And I always put a loop on the end so I can hang them on a hook so I can always get to it. Um, this is just a really simple wrap. So I am going to jump in and get started. Sorry about the fan, but there's no air in this building. So you're going to strip the shaft of the feather. And it's a pretty simple process. But it's just like your fingernail. Um, and then this will all be wrapped in 100% cotton string. I'll do another one. And I like the pointed end to line up. And then we're going to put these all into a bundle. And I'm going to rubber band them. This just makes it's a little bit easier. My grandfather did not have a rubber band. Yep. And then if you have any feathers hanging below, you want to strip those off. Okay, get your string. And give yourself plenty of, this is the tail end, you're going to give yourself plenty of room. And your loop is going to start here at the end. And you're going to start wrapping right under that rubber band. And I like to put a twist in it. You don't have to do that. Don't get lost in the sauce there. And then you just start wrapping. And I pull it pretty tight because you don't want those to fall out. And this is when you want to adjust everything. You can see this is my tail end and this is my loop end. I used to use wax linen. I don't anymore because it just doesn't stand up to the water. The cotton holds up much better. I did look these up and I did see some with goose feathers. They're not exactly like this on Etsy, and I think even on Amazon now they have them. They're about $10. And for me, this cost me a piece of string. So these make great gifts too. If you know somebody that bakes a lot, they're a wonderful gift. And this makes a really nice handle. Now we never cut the shafts off because if you cut the shaft, it's sort of a gateway into the feather, and I don't think your feathers are going to last as long. I often wondered if maybe I should dip these in beeswax. I don't know. I haven't ever done it. There's always a first. Okay, so now I'm at the end, and I am going to cut the string, and then you have this little loop, and you're going to thread your tail through that loop, just like that. And you're going to pull it, and then the other end down at this end, you're going to pull that. And so by pulling that loop through, you're locking it in. And then I'm going to tie just a little knot at the end here. And this you can secure with nail polish or glue, super glue, whatever you want. I've never really secured it with anything. And then it can hang on the wall. And then I'm going to take the rubber band off. And that's it. You can cut this so that it's straight if you're going over breads or something like this. I kind of like the point on them. But so if you're doing pastries, I highly recommend them. And you can still adjust these a little bit. I didn't pull them so tight. And once you get them wet, they're also easier to get into line. But that's my Hungarian pastry brush. So if you have chickens I think even the craft stores now, or fly tying places, they all have feathers. Or if you have friends who live up the road, or a farmer, go ask your local farmer for a couple feathers. I would also use turkey feathers. Turkey feathers are wonderful. This is just what I happen to have on hand. So this is what we made today. I think I have another one around here somewhere. It has just, oh, here it is. I have 3 of them. So 2 will go to my daughters, and I'll keep one. And then look for more feathers. Nope, we're not running away. Well, I'd like to introduce Poppy. She was born April 8th. She just arrived here, so she's still getting used to everything. She is going to be my mouser. She's going to come in at night and hang out with the family, and then during the day she'll be with me in the garden or out here in the studio. So what do you see? Anyway, she's a handful. I've never had a kitten before. I've never had a cat before. I am a dog person. I've had dogs since I was a little kid. Dogs are easy. Dogs like, are you my new mom? And they run up, wag their tail, lick your face, and they're great. She has had an adjustment period. They're just such a different animal, I know I looked at you. I'm so sorry I looked at you. I'm gonna go put her back in her cage now with all her stuffed animals. But you'll be seeing her more and more as she adapts and grows up a little bit. She's super tiny. We had our first vet visit. She's healthy. Her mom was feral. She came from a feral little litter. She was the only girl out of 5. The other 4 are brothers, and she is by far the tiniest. So I think she's going to make a great addition to Payne Falls. So I'm going to put her in her crate now. And she's got 4 little mittens. Yeah, you do.